Hey y'all, I am live. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 12. Don't worry, y'all. I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow because it's stressing me out just looking at myself right now. Anywho, let's get into this review. Also, allegedly, The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10 trailer is going to be premiering today. I might have to get back on here. I might. Anywho, so we left off on the cliffhanger of Larsa showing the ladies how much Jody's been texting her. You would think Jody is sending her death threats the way she's reacting. She's trying to play victim, in her confessional as if she never came for Lisa's boyfriend. And thank you to production for pulling the receipts. Like, she literally called this man a psycho to his face, and also tried to put some narrative out that he was on drugs too, with the eyes and shit like that. So Lisa leaves from the table to take care of her legal issues while Larsa is still trying to get the ladies to turn on Lisa, like just get all of the ladies on her side. She doesn't care at all about what Lisa is currently going through. And then meanwhile, Gertie and Adriana, they're helping Lisa out with her issue because they said this is what's actually important. No, they need to bring the cameras back for Kern's release. Well, they can always add in the footage by the end of the season. But yeah, I didn't want the trailer yet. I didn't want it. But the sooner Potomac gets here, the better for me and my YouTube channel. Because it's been a soft August. I love Potomac, except for when they show their colorless underbellies. The girls can be so much fun. Well, all right. All right. Anywho, we see Lisa on speaker with Jody now, and he's just trying to calm her down. I will say, even though Larsa is the queen of trying to play victim, Lisa seems to be just always the damsel in distress. Always. Back at the table, the mean girls are still talking. Like, you already know if you looked at this scene. Adriana defends Lisa, and Larsa tells her to sit at the end of the table. Who the fuck does she think she is? Like, I cannot stand Larsa, and that's why she makes a great villain on this show. Adriana then goes upstairs to join Lisa and Gertie. After Lisa's issue is solved, she's back at the table and ready to confront Larsa. The back and forth continues. They're calling each other victims. Larsa says Lisa had a yeast infection. I'm not really sure what that had to do with the conversation at hand. We see Lisa then pull out her phone because I guess she's taking notes on whatever Larsa has been throwing at her as far as insults. But now she's being policed by Marisol to put her phone away. I haven't seen this before on Housewives. Put your phone away. Or why do they even care that she's taking notes? But yeah, so now you have the mean girls, including Kiki, chastising her about taking notes. Like, personally, I think absolutely she should take notes so she can be ready for the reunion coming up. Do y'all have a problem with them taking notes? I mean, in this sphere, I think it's warranted. Maybe not in the real world. Let's see. Hello, Riri. Glad to see I have one of my mods here. Let's see. So they are still going at it, and Julie is now trying to de-escalate the situation by, I guess, reminding us that she's a lesbian by kissing everyone on the lips, including Gertie. I could have gone without seeing that, but I think Gertie too. She was just like, "Girl, go ahead, go ahead." I don't know. Julia has the sex appeal of, I don't know, a cricket. So then it's the next morning now. The ladies split up to do their activities, and this is where we start to see the Gertie, Lisa, and Adriana alliance. They and Kiki go to the just to view the city while the rest of the women do some type of tile class. Somehow there's penis talk in this tile class, and then we go from confessional to confessional of those ladies drawing their best penises. A mess. Just a mess. While the other ladies are busy sightseeing, the mean girls are now discussing should Lisa even be invited on Stephanie's plane? And here we go with Stephanie's plane, y'all. This isn't going to be the first time I'm going to reference this. But she's afraid Larsa won't be comfortable. So we're thinking about not even having Lisa on the plane. Now, I thought immediately that this was some bullshit. Number one, trying to isolate her like that is becoming bullying at this point, and I don't like it. Number two, it's a 22-minute motherfucking flight. 22 minutes? So I think your motives are clear with this because what can happen in 22 minutes? And then number three, I'm just getting tired of Stephanie dangling her jet over the ladies' heads. Like, I actually have to agree with Alexia from the last episode. Like, that's what she's doing right now. Julia was acting like a prostitute going around kissing everyone. It's performative. I would say she was performative, but hey, you want to call her a prostitute? Fine. Julia always kissing someone, and Kiki always got her titties out. Whore behavior. Candy said this at some point. I don't mind her taking notes. People try to spin things all the time. Wasn't it Yolanda Foster who told Erica to start taking notes first to prepare for the reunions? Lisa just probably shouldn't do it in front of everyone. Exactly. That is exactly right. I think Lisa shouldn't have even told them what she was doing. But we know Lisa, I mean, she cool, but, you know, my sis ain't that bright. Excuse me. Let me get some water. Steph is just trying to assert dominance by being the richest, and honestly, girl, don't nobody give a fuck. Totally agree with that. The jet doesn't make her in charge of the girls, and yeah, pretty much. The cast is full-blown bullying. Larsa is a good villain, but so mean it makes me want her off the show. It's too much, too aggressive. The girls rarely match her anger, and she keeps going. I agree with that. I also think Larsa doesn't have a plot line, and she's very aware of that. Let me see. Where was I? So even Alexa and Marisol are taken aback by what Stephanie is saying in regards to just talking about her jet. And Julia is just being a follower per usual and doesn't care. But anywho, the purpose of this travel to Marbella, it's spelled Marbella. I think that's where they're going. It's for Julia to see her friends so she can ask them to be godparents to her shiny new black boys. Stephanie and Larsa continue this plane conversation, trying to get the other ladies on board with them to have her not be on the plane. Like, meanwhile, we're with the other ladies with Lisa, and they're discussing why she's still following Marcus. And, you know, it's basically out of spite. I said that in the last episode, but they're gently trying to tell her, just unfollow him because all you're doing is giving Larsa ammunition, which is true. Like, without the Lisa beef, Larsa has nothing to talk about. Like, if you really think about it. Like, what is really going on in Larsa's life? We have not heard anything. And don't she have a new man? And the season's almost over. We have like maybe 3 episodes left. So the next scene, back at the hotel, Julia and Marisol have a conversation with Lisa about going to the next destination. Now, at first, I thought they were going to try to gently tell her that she's not going to be able to go on the plane, but they're basically trying to police her about being on her phone, and they want to confiscate it from her for the purpose of her note taking because it makes people uncomfortable. What? Like Lisa has a point. She's the only one in the group with small children. I mean, Kiki does, but like Kiki isn't in a divorce turmoil right now and having a custody battle too. Because I think like when Lisa doesn't have her kids, like that's basically Lenny's time. So she has to. I don't think she has sole custody, which I think people forget about. Um, I too would have told him to fuck off, pretty much. And not Maricel trying to interrogate her about who she has to watch her children. Like the audacity, like, well, who can watch them? Can Jody watch? Girl, that's none of your business. None of your business. Um, Now, what would Stephanie do if the whole cast just decided they didn't want to ride in her plane and ban the word Birkin from discussion? That's what they should do. They'd be like, well, actually, we don't want to take your plane. We'll gladly take the Sprinter for 2 hours. Thank you. And you can go and take your jet. We'll see you there, girl. We'll see you there. We'll talk about that too because tonight's episode, I cannot wait to see. I'll let y'all know at the end. Larsa keep a black man on her shoulder. I'm a black man and feel like I can't pull as many ninjas as that broad do. I hate it out here. They need to bring Leah back, Leah Black. I'm not familiar with her, but I'm here for some new faces on here now. The way I would have cussed those heifers out. The fuck you mean put my phone in a bowl? Right. Sheree thinks y'all are a little harsh in these comments this morning. Look, I'm just reading the comments and reviewing what I see. So yeah, Sheree think y'all too harsh. Where am I? So let's see. So then Lisa peeps game at what's happening and removes herself from this conversation and says she won't be going to dinner tonight. So then fast forward to the ladies getting ready for dinner. We see Adriana, she doesn't have glam. And I guess, was considering going out without makeup, God forbid. And Gertie's reaction is priceless. As she says, Adriana, you're going out with no makeup? I'm not a makeup artist. 10 minutes later, we see Gertie doing Adriana's makeup. And then Gertie kind of warns her she's doing her makeup, girl, this is makeup from my foundation, just letting you know. And Adriana's like, it's okay. I like to be dark. Child, when she said that, Gertie, the way she just looked directly in the camera. Exactly. Now, the thing is, I'm not even mad about it. It was just like comedic and watching like a show. You know what I mean? And we'll get to some other weird commentary in a bit at the dinner table, but I wasn't offended by that. I just thought it was funny. Is it just me? Anyway. So all the mean girls, they're downstairs right now. Child. My phone is just like, what? Anyway. All right, so all the mean girls are downstairs right now, and Lisa calls the ladies, to let them know she'll be late for dinner. Don't wait up for her. At least she called. At least she called. The look, they look like they were about to leave Gertie and Adriana until they run up just in time. Like again, just notice the little mean girl clique right now. You have Cuban freaking Frack and Larsa, the popular girls, the in girls. So you have those three. Then you have Larsa's, hanger on alpha A rich girl who kind of has tension with the other alpha A girl, Alexa. You have Stephanie. And then, you have Kiki and Julia, who are kind of like just, do I want to say wannabes? Because Kiki isn't a wannabe. Julia really is, but they're both like the followers, I will say. So yeah, it's just when they're together, it's just like a mean girl thing. And we need to break that up, in my opinion. So they all arrive at the restaurant. Lisa is the topic of conversation because of her conversation with Julia and Marisol. And Adriana interjects that, well, Lisa unfollowed Marcus. And, just like Lisa said, Larsa is still going to have an issue with this. You know what? I think I skipped the part, y'all. Let me go back. So when Lisa was talking to the other girls, like she actually unfollowed Marcus, like finally, and they all applauded her. But she was just like, oh, I guess I'll do it. But this bitch is still going to find something to say about me. And, Lisa was right. Like Lars was just like, oh, we're so far gone past that. Really? Because you said like the main issue was that Lisa is still following Marcus. She's not following him anymore. So what else is going on? Julia forgot that she has small children, proof that they're storyline kids. That is a good point. I forgot about that. I guess because she relies so much on what's her mummy name? Begins with an M, right? Damn it. What's her name, y'all? She looked like a mummy, the tennis pro, begins with an M. Oh my God, I'm waiting for somebody in the comments to. Martina. Martina? Damn, I forgot her name. Maybe they just. Oh, I guess it is Martina. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love your analysis and humor. Keep it up. Look, I'll be trying. She looks like an unwrapped mummy. Thank you. Look, I forgot. I be in live mode and look, my mind be going like a mile a minute. I just gotta like stay on track. Anywho, Gertie then reminds Adriana that they made a pact not to say anything for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. I guess so Lisa could break the news herself. Anywho, production shows us Adriana knowing that it was supposed to be a secret in a flashback. Did she forget? Was she drunk? I think she knew what she was doing, honestly. Some time passed by and Lisa finally arrives an hour late to dinner. I mean, at least she let them know in advance this time, so they really can't say too much. Kiki rats out Adriana to Lisa that she told the ladies to that she unfollowed Marcus. So then Adriana tries defending herself and then casually tells Kiki, "Oh, Kiki, stop being ratchet." Y'all, I actually laughed at the sheer audacity because you saw that even surprised Kiki. She was like, What? What did you call? What did you say?" And then Gertie's reaction had me on the floor. Ah! Like Miles dropped at the table. Like it kind of took me aback too when I first saw it. I was like, what did she just say? Like she just said, Kiki, stop being so ratchet. I just think she definitely used the wrong word. Like, I mean, did she know the context of what she just said? Because I really do think that she was totally unaware, but it still doesn't make it right. Even though she wasn't aware, it doesn't make it right. But there was something funny about it. Am I the only one? I'm just being honest. Like I thought it was funny the way she just casually said that, and then the entire table's reaction. You know what it was like? Have y'all ever watched Bringing Down the House? Like Oh my God. Like the Miles drop moments that they have in that movie because Betty White's character was just so casually racist. So it was that type of reaction. You know what I mean? But she didn't even mean to call her ghetto because what Kiki was doing wasn't even ghetto. She was just like, all she had to say was, Kiki, stop being messy. Stop being messy. But I still don't understand. Like, but yeah, either way you look at it, it was completely out of line. And I think she probably deserves to be dragged. She does. Because just let's be honest, like if that was any other housewife that like they would have been canceled immediately. Could you imagine if Dorit called Garcelle ratchet? Oh my God. She probably would have left the show. She would have had to leave the show. Adriana has 15 degrees. She knew what she meant, but wasn't trying to be racist. Yeah, like it's such a slippery slope, y'all. Like I'm not sure. I really don't know. Like I don't want to give her a pass. She does deserve to be dragged and told about herself, but it seemed like she didn't know what she was saying. But also, I don't think she would have said that to Marisol. I don't think she would have said that to like anybody at the table. So it it's so weird, you know? I don't think she knew what the word meant, but I do think she knew it was a word specific to Black women. She hangs around Black people. It's a cultural bridge. She gets it, but she doesn't. Yeah, like it looked like she probably heard it in passing because sometimes we use ratchet as a good thing. Y'all, we get ratchet tonight, you know? So I don't know. I don't know, but thank you, Riri, for breaking that down. I believe she meant to disparage her and use AAVE, not knowing what it meant. But that tastes a little racist. Right. Anywho, we're going to move on. Kiki tells her it's fucked up, which it is, and you're the most ratchet one of all, Adriana. This scene is just very interesting because Julia then has the nerve to say Kiki was overreacting. And, again, Gertie is the one that has to say there's a negative connotation attached. She basically said, like, you're calling her ghetto right now. And, once again, Gertie got Kiki back, but it's not reciprocated. And the people that you're defending, Kiki, where they at? Where they at the table? Anyway, we then get a few of the ladies' confessionals, basically saying their opinions on the matter. Lisa just says she's glad she's not in the hot seat for once. We do see some of the ladies informing Adriana that isn't the right word. And Adriana is just, she looks like a confused child at the moment that just did something bad and they ain't even realize it. Kiki tells her then, you are too old to be acting like that or to be talking like that. I'm not sure what she said, but this kind of hits a nerve with Adriana being called old, and now she's calling it ageism. Oh, really? Like when just a few weeks ago, she called Marisol an old whore with bony knees. I'm glad Marisol called her out in her confessional. Like, didn't you just call me old as an insult? But again, y'all, I can't take this seriously because she just always seems to have her foot in her mouth. So then Larsa tries to de-escalate the situation. But Adriana just keeps saying, well, I'm old. I'm old. Like, apparently, if you're old, you can't do this. Lisa even tries to de-escalate the moment by apologizing to the table for her actions the other day. But unfortunately, this doesn't work because Adriana then says, she just starts going back and forth with Kiki and says, well, I need to go back to Miami to watch Lisa's kids because that's what grandmothers do. I'm old. I'm old. So they are yelling at each other at the table, Kiki and Adriana. She's like, respect, respect, respect. She says it like 5 times. And now they're definitely making the scene at the table. So then out of nowhere, Stephanie has a tantrum because she's embarrassed and says she's leaving. And it also looks like again, she's using her plane to hold over the ladies' heads. Like, I can't believe I'm doing something with Julia and I don't want to take the chance. She didn't bring up her plane, but I know that she was talking about it. So then Adriana tries to get up and leave with Stephanie, which is pure comedy. Stephanie is just like, I'm not going with you. Even Kiki starts busting out laughing. So then I'm seeing Stephanie like have this little tantrum, but I'm just like, weren't you going back and forth with Alexia the first night, yelling in the restaurant, like right across from each other? But now suddenly you're above it. Okay. So then Larsa follows her. Then Cuban freaking Frag, they leave too, and they drive off together, making sure nobody joins them. Now you see how they just left Kiki as well as Julia, the followers, the mean girls. Just letting y'all know that. So then they're in the car blaming Kiki and Adriana fight for ruining dinner. So then Stephanie and this fake meltdown, it's such bullshit, and she's trying to cry or whatever. So then, we're following them to the hotel and they're sitting in the lobby talking. They're all of a sudden kiki and laughing now. Like, but they were just so upset they had to leave the restaurant and leave the other ladies there. Meanwhile, the other ladies are there. Lisa is apologizing to the patrons around them. As she says free drinks for them, she almost trips. Like, just pure housewives madness right now. So then, we're back at the hotel. They're at the lobby. We find out what was in Stephanie's folder, and it was papers to be allowed on her plane. And she's now handing them out to the ladies like sweet 16 birthday invitations. Here you go. Here you go. I was just looking at it like, is she for real? We have 100 people in the chat right now. Please like the video. Please and thank you. And then, in order for you to catch my lives, you're going to have to hit that notification bell. Because if you hit the subscribe button, thank you very much in advance, you still got to hit the notifications button to know when I'm on here. Anywho, let me see what y'all saying. Let's see. That's all we want, Kiki. Some solidarity at least. And Kiki don't need to cuss anybody out for Gertie, just like her with Gertie lending a hand. Yeah, like she doesn't need to curse anybody out. Just have her back. Julia's going to make me stop watching this show. I cannot take her at all. I'll be very surprised if I see her next season. Didn't Adriana do this last season or one before with using words in an argument context? Yeah, she did that with Alexia's son. Stephanie is doing too much. Like, girl, this is your first season. They said, Kiki, you supposed to make us laugh and feel good, not be a ghetto black hood rat in public. Read between the lines. I will say, though, a lot of the ladies, well, the mean girls, they only see Kiki as comic relief. That's it. Their little jester. Their little beautiful jester. But we ain't going to wake that up this early in the morning. Stephanie looks like the Pokemon Mr. Mime. I can't with her. Ooh, she really do. She really do. I might have to steal that. I have never cared less about a housewife than Stephanie, my plain Masood. It makes sense that Stephanie doesn't have girlfriends. She took her boss's husband, uses her geriatric husband's money as a weapon. Her own sisters don't claim her. What's wrong with her? Drag her. Drag her. Larsa is definitely giving mean girl energy. Who gives a shit about damn unfriending? Marisol hired private investigators to look into the Housewives last season, but is upset with Lisa's note taking. Ooh, you better clock it. Oh my God, that is such a good point. I love the lives. They love Kiki because she attracts men. All right, so let's see. So it's people like Stephanie that makes you want to see their downfall and separate it from all their material things. I'm gonna say that right now. She then gets out a pen and starts to write out the seating arrangement on a piece of paper. The whole thing is very high school burn book Mean Girls, like seating the ladies, like calling them the criminals or something. She said something like that, and like seating them in the corner of the plane away from everyone else. She even says if they misbehave, she's threatening to make them drive back. She's doing too much. Like even Marisol calls it out how this is just too much, and it's gross. It's gross behavior. Like you just came in the mix. Ooh, I was about to say a word. You just came in the mix, girl. Calm down. So then, personally, I've been trying to give Stephanie the benefit of the doubt, because she does have the luxury, but you just as annoying as Larsa says. Like the jury has deliberated and you ain't shit. You ain't shit. It's going to take a lot for me to like her ass going forward. She's even trying to dictate how the ladies dress because she doesn't want their zippers, if they have it on their dress, scuffing her seats. Like it's too much. The credits are rolling, and you can tell Marisol and Alexia aren't feeling this behavior from Stephanie, and then that's where the episode ends. Now, I thought this was another good episode. I give it like a solid 8. I enjoyed it. Stephanie is too much, and this is a spoiler for tonight's episode, but Gertie already revealed that Cuban freaking Frag didn't even bother going to Marbella. Like, I was gagged because it made my day. I loved it because first it made Julia look stupid because remember how she gave Gertie so much like trouble not even being on a Zoom call? Your main girls that you've been sucking up to and your head's been up their asses for the entire season, they don't even go to your special moment of you asking your friends to be, the godparents of your sons. Like they just completely disregarded you. And like they did at the dinner, they left Kiki and Gertie at the dinner. So then also, I love this moment because they're basically telling Stephanie, girl, we don't care about your plane. We don't need to take it. We're going to stay in Sevilla. Did I say it right? Sevilla? Sevilla? I think it's Sevilla. Sevilla? It's Sevilla. I think it is. Don't mind me. But yeah, I thought it was real boss move of Cuban freaking Frat to not even go on the plane in the first place. Like, you know what? We don't need your plane. We don't need to ride on it. So yeah, I love that part. Can't wait. Excuse me. I can't wait for tonight's episode. Let's see. Yes, that was definitely high school. Glad the two fell back. Marisol is trying to get back on the main cast instead of friend of. I really think it's a what's the word I want to use? Because she's good just as a friend of, but I think she just wants to be full-time just for the title. While Stephanie was acting like she was in the situation room, Alexa and Marisol gave each other the "we not fucking with her" eyes. Exactly. Sevilla, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, y'all, those are my thoughts on episode 12. Episode 13 comes on tonight. That should be out this weekend. Look out for Pop Roast Extra on Saturday. And yeah, I might come back on for some hot topics and maybe a Patreon video. Patreon.com/CDiggy1 if you're not joined. And also, just to let y'all know, I am now bookable on Cameo. If you want any type of message that's encouraging, stupid, or silly, or you just want to see my face, I am bookable on Cameo. The link is in the description below. But yeah, y'all, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for